My name is Ken Singer, and I'm the Managing Director and Chief Learning Officer at the Sutarcha Center for Entrepreneurship at UC Berkeley.
I'm Allison Schumacher, Director of Academic Alchemy for the VCU Da Vinci Center.
I'm Chen Liang. I'm from Feng Chia University, Taiwan, and actually I teach in the Artificial Intelligence and Technology and Application program.
My name is Erwin Chocolat. I'm a lecturer at the NHL Stenden University of Applied Science in Leeuwarden, in the Netherlands.
I'm Kerry Howells. I'm a lecturer in engineering entrepreneurship from the University of Exeter.
My name is Harold Wright. I am coming from the University of Alabama, a professor there. I teach in the business school.
Why did your university join EIA?
I think we're one of the very first universities to join EIA about 12 years ago. And we did that because the founders of EIA came to us and said, we have this idea to put together an international group of students to come collaborate and create companies together. And that was very much in line with the ethos of our center, which is to provide students with opportunities to engage with the world in innovating in new spaces and with new technologies, trying to address the world's biggest problems.
Well, that's because we heard a lot of good news about the EIA, and we had students who like to join, and some of them heard of this event, and they like to join.
Well, we first joined EIA back to 2018, and I remember in that time we bring about nearly 40 students. And we're quite excited that because we have a chance to bring the student to the international platform, which the student can join with other students to learn what is the real meaningful innovation and then transfer from innovations to the startups.
The University of Exeter wanted to join EIA, and it's our second year running because we know the value that the students get from actually experiencing a business or a startup program that runs over 3 weeks. Really intensive, really fun, really creative, but it actually gets them to be hands-on in their learning rather than just staying in the classroom in theory. It actually allows them to apply that thinking and that learning into hopefully a valuable business.
What impact have EIA programs had in your students' development and success?
They use it as a descriptor when they are applying for jobs in order to talk about how they've dealt with difficult situations, working with people who are very different than them, working in cross-disciplinary teams. Some of them have even gone on to get jobs with mentors that have been here. So they did a really great job at building those relationships. Or the network of EIA has allowed me to be able to reach out to different mentors and people who have been involved in order to introduce my students who have very specific interests. Yeah, it's been very beneficial.
There are a lot of people that say, I'm Christy, I have a 4.0 out of 4.0 GPA, and I'm majoring in this. How do you differentiate yourself? And one of the ways that my students do, which I asked them to do, and is below that, what's next is I founded a company at the European Innovation Academy. That's something that the average 19 to 22-year-old doesn't get to do, unless they take advantage of something like this.
They open their mind. They also know how to apply their knowledge in the real practicals, in the real life. That's very different. And they have more brave to talk with each other, especially with the international peoples. And they are more brave to introduce themselves to the companies.
So, we've had 12 years here. And so we've had several students who have gone on to create companies, not necessarily on the ideas they worked on here, but being inspired by the work that they did here. And so, in fact, from our first cohort, we have a student who's created a multi-billion-dollar company. It was quite successful in the US. They recently had a commercial in the Super Bowl. It's the first startup we've ever had from Berkeley that's advertised in the Super Bowl. And so we're very proud of that student. But we've had students from every year gone on to start companies and be able to take the lessons that they've gotten from this program and directly apply it to their careers.
Why do you keep sending students to EIA from one year to another?
Well, all those reasons, but mainly because this experience is unmatched by any other product I see in the market. That no one else can bring together this many people from this many countries, these skilled of mentors, all into one space to do what we do in just 3 weeks.
This is an unbelievable opportunity. Whatever your area of interest is, or very importantly, what it may become because you sat in a keynote and heard something that triggered in your head, oh, I'd like to know more about that.
I think we try to create a culture Yeah, I believe that innovation is a very important culture in these centuries. So if we can keep sending the students from Feng Chia University to EIA, and then we have a chance to bring out the more students to know what is innovation or what is startup.
To have IP, to have lawyers, to have marketing specialists and branding specialists and CEOs to come in. It's not as easy to do as an individual university. So EIA actually brings in all of those people from the diverse backgrounds and makes it available to students. So that's why we try and get involved every single year.
In just 3 weeks, they are getting ready to start up their own business. At our university, we take a lot of more time to get them as far as you do it.
In the summer, you get them 24/7, and for both good and for bad, right? You're with them as they're learning how to be an adult, but you're also with them as they're trying to really grapple with the issues that true entrepreneurs have to deal with. And so it's a special time that an instructor gets with students in this kind of boiler room type environment where students are truly focused on one purpose, and that is developing into an entrepreneur.